How did I know Treena was the one? Well, I met Treena 2 weeks shy of her 14th birthday, and that was my senior year in high school. Then I joined the Navy, left, and 3 years later I was thinking about her, and I called my friend to get her phone number. And so I called her from Hawaii. I was in Pearl Harbor. I called her back in San Antonio, and it's been 3 years since I've spoken to her or talked to her at all. And so the phone rang, and she picked up, and I said, "Hello, is Treena there?" And she says, "Hi, Brian." Just like that. So I kind of knew right then there's something happening, and just after that it just kind of moved right along. What is the one thing I wish we'd learned, or I had learned earlier in my marriage, is that I wish I'd known how to love her better, or to make the most of how I love her, because I think that's as important. How you love someone is as important as just the fact that you do love them. Sometimes that can equate to regrets, like, oh, I wish I had known that then. You know, I could have just poured that much more love more effectively out to her. And but it's okay, you know, we learn how to love each other better, and that's just part of life and part of marriage, and that's why it's important to be connected in the spirit and not just connected in the day-to-day business of being married.
Anybody that tells you that marriage isn't work isn't telling you the truth, because it is, but it's a lot of good work. And it refines you, and it refines your spouse, and it refines your children. And you know, we've had some long years together apart, and knowing that there's work involved would have been so much better. You know, I think getting married as young as we were, 18 and 20 at the time, there wasn't much more than, guys, have a great time, enjoy your marriage, you know? And
yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, and you know, when you're young, you don't think about the work. There's homework involved.
But God really is and has been and always will be the foundation of our relationship, and what we stand on. You know, you have to have an unwavering faith that no matter what, God is in it, and that He's there for you, and He's walked you through it all, whether you see it or not. The days were long, and the years were longer, especially in the last deployment. He was gone 18 months right before he retired, and the boys were getting older and busy. But through all of that, God kept us connected.
It's a very complicated dynamic, but there's a few fundamental truths that I always try to pass on, especially to my younger sailors. I always, when they got married young, I just would like, oh, no, here we go. But you know, God put us in a position to marry young, so I can be that mentor to them, or be that leader for them. And it was more than just, you know, show up on time and go to work and do your job. It was my job to mold them into good sailors and good men. And I think the spiritual aspect of who I was and my faith really contributed a lot to the responsibility I felt like I had. So hopefully I impacted a lot of people in a positive way. And I was only able to do that through what we had and what God gave to us, and what God would continue to sow the blessings for us, and to continue to sorry, I got goosebumps and chills and getting all moopy because I'm sitting there talking about, you know, the woman I love more than anything. So this is I welcome this chance to talk about this stuff. I really do.